Hey, welcome back to this video. So in this lesson, we are going to learn how you can configure Samba with a specific user. In the previous lesson, we have learned how you can configure Samba for guest user, which basically means anyone into that network can access your Samba share and all your private files. But now we want to keep access control and we only want to provide access to those users which have the username and password for our Samba server. So this basically means we are providing authentication and there will be a username and password which we are going to set for accessing our Samba share. Alright, so for this we are going to add a username and a password. So let's quickly see that. So I have already logged in into my Parrot OS on which I'm going to configure the Samba server. So first thing first, we are going to add a user which is Shifa. I have already added a user in my computer. That is the reason it is saying that user already exists. In your computer, you may not see the error because you do not have this user, or in case you have the user and you see this error, no problem, you can move further. You can simply set a password for that user as well. So for simplicity, I'm going to set the password as root for now. Now I have created a user and I have also set a password for that user. Now I need to add this user to the Smb login list or the Smb user list. For that, I'm going to use the command which is smb passwd -a. That means I want to add a user which is Shifa and hit enter. And it is going to ask you to create a password. So let me again keep the same password as root. Now I have successfully created a Smb user as well. Perfect. Remember, in case you want to remove a user, you can use -x to remove. In case you want to add a user, you can use -a. Perfect. Let's move again. Let us modify the configuration file for Samba. And here, once we log in, you can see here I have already written something. So this is Shifa's share that I have given the name. Comment is Samba works. I have created a directory, valid users Shifa and read only no. Perfect. So I have specified a user over here, which is Shifa. You can specify more users if you want by giving just a space over here. So let's say Shifa, Rohit, or XYZ, any user. Now I'm going to save this configuration file and you need to restart the SMBD service in case you make any changes. Now I have successfully restarted it and let me just verify if everything is working fine. And you can see over here, it is active and running, which means it is working perfectly fine. So it's time to log in and check if the user that we have created is working fine or no. So let me open up Finder and let me open up this connect to server dialog box using the shortcut, which is Command K. Let me connect to the IP address and hit on connect. And let's wait for this. It should ask us for a prompt. And it is asking us for a prompt. So the name of the user, which is the registered user, this time is Shifa, and the password is root. And let's hit on connect. Let's wait for this to verify and you can see Shifa's share. Let me just hit enter and perfect. You can see there is a file called as secret. Let me open it and you can see this is a secret file. Perfect. Now let us verify this. The same file. Let's go to the folder which is Shifa and you can see there is a file called as secret.txt. Perfect. Now we are able to complete this practical in which we saw in case there are some confidential or private files in this computer and we want to share those files on our Samba. So for that we can also authenticate the user by making a Samba user. So in this case, we created a user that was Shifa, and yes, no guest user can connect to this registered user and cannot access your sensitive files. So this way you can protect your sensitive content by creating a user and you can configure a password for that as well. So I hope you guys understood. Thank you.